In the first session of this adventure, the party arrived in Kemperbad looking for work. After deciding, probably correctly, that they're too good for menial work in this large town, they managed to strike a very lucrative deal with a local merchant after some fairly strong-arm negotiation. The merchant, Werner, needs some coach cars to escort him and his young child out of town. In this session, they come across some other absolutely 100% legit job offers, and they explore the town a little bit more. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, so just to sort of recap, it is pretty much he has paid you a lot of money. Paul, your intuition check was quite good. Like he wasn't lying about it being quite expensive. Like he although he's very well off, he's clearly well off. He wasn't lying about that being expensive. But it is expensive. You have made good money from it. So yeah, you are outside, and you can discuss what happened.
Like I said, once we wander away a little bit, I'll start to discuss.
Yeah.
So what do we do for the next day? I think we should find somewhere locals might hang out for entertainment in the evening, see what else we can learn of going on in this town.
Yeah, it might be an idea to actually learn what actually did happen to his wife, because something's quite off with what he was saying about his story.
Tom, you're a military character, aren't you? Yeah.
Not military, I think. Instead of slightly more militia-ish. Informal militia.
Yeah, but I mean, you're, as opposed to Paul, who's a mystic and stuff.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, roll a law Reichland test.
Just normal.
Yep, just standard. Yeah.
I failed.
Actually, it's pretty common knowledge. Actually, this is pretty common knowledge. Plus,
No.
well, I mean, plus 20. It's easy actually. So it's average. So it's plus 20.
I got 95.
Okay, yeah, fine. I mean, you can re-roll if you want.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough.
Therefore, when I miss in combat, Mark.
Remember they come. Yeah, fair. They do come back, but okay. So yeah, discuss as you wish. I'm going to sit back.
Also, if that colicky baby isn't going to get better, our camps are not going to be quiet for whatever is stalking the night. They'll hear us.
I don't know. Do you know any way of healing it?
There's probably some sort of wise woman around here somewhere that we can find something to soothe the baby. I bet he's the sort of person
whiskey will keep it quiet.
Sorry, Mark.
I bet he's the sort of person that wouldn't go and see an old mother type thing. He'd wait for some
A bit of whiskey will keep it quiet. Mummy suited me. Didn't do me no harm.
Well, you get some whiskey. I'll find some sort of wise woman healer to see if we can get something. Otherwise, I can just imagine that baby crying and then goblins pouring out the sound.
Well, I'll find somewhere we can spend some time this evening getting to know more about this place.
Yeah, you've got the rest of today, and sort of you've got the rest of today now, and you're going to have tomorrow if you want tomorrow as well. So yeah, it's just up to.
So yeah, I think I like to spend some time. I think trying to find more out about the town, be it, I don't know, chatting with guards, drinking with them, generally wandering around asking questions.
Okay, what sort of thing are you trying to find out?
A little bit more about the Belladonnas.
Okay.
And probably obviously the guards on the ferries, what they might be up to.
So I'll just point out some other places in the town, sort of key places there are going to be. So there's the market, which you've been to. There's the merchant's quarter, which is not too far from where you are now, just because of where he lives. You've got the graveyard, and you've got Dredgetown, and obviously you have the docks as well. And you also have the small camp outside, which looked like it was just some beggars and peasants and stuff.
Well, Dredgetown sounds interesting. I shall go and see what I can dredge up.
That's where kind of like the lower caste live.
You've not been there. you haven't been there, so I mean, you could.
It sounds like it will be, so I'll come with because that's the sort of people I will learn more from.
Sounds like
Yeah.
the sort of place, doesn't it?
Asking around, you can tell that Dredgetown is not the best part of town. Yeah, so you can go. Do you want to go to there?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're asking around the places, most people tell you that you should stay out there and that it's an absolute shithole. It's not particularly like people aren't. They don't like try and hide their faults of it. Dredgetown's a shithole. So if you still want to go there, fine. But they make it very clear that it's not the nicest parts. Everyone's very clear to say, keep your purses close by. You know, it's not the nice part of town.
All right then, Mystic. Maybe you want to go and investigate.
Yeah, I'm still going to go because I mean, what they're going to nick from me? Then
Yeah. Being a thief taker, I'm not going to go.
Yeah, I mean, people might not be able to tell what you are from thing, but it's up to you, Mark. I mean, they might. You know,
I think I'm mainly going to spend my time sort of spending a bit of money on a slightly nicer hotel than I normally would be in, buying some slightly nicer clothes because we've just made quite a bit of money.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, he hasn't paid you yet.
Okay.
He will. He will. Do you know what? We didn't arrange it actually. I think he probably would have paid you would arrange half
I
now and half.
was assuming on the half before, half after.
Yeah, that's fair. We should have gone over that. Yeah, half before, half after. So he would have paid you half now. So you all have what 20 or 12 and a half extra shillings.
I might have to buy a sword or something.
You know what? Do you need any sort of special skill to have a shield or buckler?
I don't think so. No. And you could probably find one in town if you go to the market. Like, yeah, there'll be places that sell simple shields and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. 293. I don't know how much they cost, so I'm just getting it up.
Cool.
Weapons are quite expensive, actually. Melee weapon, I guess. Can I find that? Range weapon. A Hopper long rifle for 100 gold. Shield. Oh, I can't find
Shield buckler 18/2,
okay, so that's 18 silver.
which we don't have. Okay.
Well, you don't yet. I mean, between you do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I've got like 17 and a bit. And I've got 11 jerseys. So yeah, I'm going to try and buy one. I'm going to try and just haggle someone down if possible.
Yep, just roll a haggle check, and if you pass, it is minus 10% chunk of the cost.
18 silver for a single throwing knife.
It's not cheap, mate.
So is it a standard roll, so plus 20?
It is. I think a haggle is just a challenging, which is 0. Haggle. Haggle. It's a basic intelligence. It's just a standard intelligence chest. It's not. It's just challenging, so plus 0.
I passed by 1 point.
Then it is 10% cheaper. So yeah, you go around the market. You spend a bit of time around the markets. There is a smith there.
Buy a sling.
Yeah, buy the stuff you need. There's a smith. There's a smith there who it's not a fantastic shield, but it's a pretty well made. You know, it's a pretty standard shield. It's pretty well made. Yeah, it's you haggle him down, and he clearly maybe put the price up a little bit because he can afford to at the moment.
Yeah.
But you haggle him down to probably what it's actually worth.
Cool.
So while Mark is going around the merchants looking for a shield, Paul, are you going to Dredgetown or are you going with him?
No, I'll go there later. I'm going to go to Dredgetown because I want to I want to find like a wise woman healer and then like trade a fortune telling for a basic colic remedy type thing and get a feel for the lower part of town as well.
Okay. Tom, what are you doing?
I think I shall try and engage in a little bit more gossip amongst various guards around the town.
Okay. I'm going to start with Paul, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to start with Tom. Tom, do a gossip test. You want to spend a bit of money, maybe? You can probably make it a bit easier for yourself.
Start off with a couple of what do you call them? Pfennigs? See if that will loosen any lips.
Roll a bribe test. So the way bribe works, roll a bribery test. I think it's a basic skill.
Oh yeah, bribery. Okay, yeah.
Based off your fellowship, I think.
Yes. Okay. I don't think I passed that. 63. No.
Okay, so did you fail by a lot?
I failed by 2 degrees.
Okay, so yeah. So basically the way it works is if you pass, you get for every degree past the first, you get. So you basically, if you pass, you get a guess at what it would be to bribe someone.
Okay.
And then for every other degree, you guess again. So you might say 20 Pfennigs, for example, and I would say higher. Then you get, and I say lower, and that's how you then work out what you want to pay them, basically.
Yeah, okay, that's quite cool.
Yeah, it's quite nice. But with that test, you obviously, you maybe sort of flash a bit of coin, and then the guards aren't really interested. Probably because you're actually not flashing much money. They're probably making quite a bit of money at the moment.
Fair enough.
But make a gossip test anyway. And you're speaking to guards and stuff who are people of a similar status to you, so it's plus 20.
I still failed just.
Do you want to re-roll?
I want to find this out, so I'll burn a fortune point for the day.
Okay.
I still fail.
Okay.
So 57, so that is, so that's 1 degree of failure.
So what are you particularly asking them?
So I am wanting to find more out about the Belladonnas.
Okay.
And essentially, I guess the more, so yes, there was that fighting, the guards on the boats and stuff, a little bit more about why that is happening.
Okay. So you don't find anything about the people on the boat. That's, the people aren't willing to talk about that. But sort of suspiciously so much people aren't, not the boat, that was the thief, sorry, but the fight, people aren't willing to talk about that. And asking about the Belladonnas, everyone you speak to, every guard is very much like, says, don't get involved. They're a Tillian gang that have taken up residence in Dredgetown. They're scumbags, but they generally keep to themselves. They don't give us too much hassle, so we don't bother them too much. That's pretty much how it works. So that's what you find out about them. It's a
warning away.
So that's you don't find out any details of the crimes that happen and stuff, but people try and push you away from those. So that's your time for now. What they do say is that going to Dredgedown is pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And that that there are no town guards there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Useful.
Mark, you're going around your merchants doing your haggling and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul, I'm going to say that Az is probably with you.
Okay.
So, what are you doing in Dredgetown?
I'm just going to kind of start. Just wander around, get a feel for the place to begin with, and then start to kind of approach. If there's any peddlers or any people hanging around or children about, I'm just looking for a healer type, type thing.
Yeah. So as you sort of make your way towards Dredgetown, you're actually going downhill. Like there is a slope to the town. And the more you make your way down, the worse and stronger the smell of piss and shit and rotting food and fish and the worst parts of living here are.
Well, this is pleasant.
The houses here are really run down. There's generally, you can see that there's probably 5 or 6 families living in each house, if not more. The streets are covered in there's rats running around the streets, nibbling at the food, what little bits of food are there. They're often fighting with the beggars over those food. They're not massively large. They're not like weirdly large rats. They're just normal sized rats.
Why would they be abnormal sized rats?
Yeah, exactly. But they're just quite normal rats. There's you get the odd horrible little dog there that's probably about as big as some of the larger rats. It is a really terrible place. As I said, the overwhelming stench is just piss and shit. And it really is like the bottom of the town. You get the idea that just all the town's effluence and refuge just eventually runs down here.
Good word.
It's really not nice. But you can see there are no real shops and stuff here. There's a couple of peddlers around, and they're selling just shit like forks, spoons, stuff like that.
They're the sort of stuff I'll browse while I'm asking.
Yeah. They're selling tat. I mean, if you want to spend a few brass, I mean, you can buy some tat if you want, or just look at it. It's up to you.
I'm going to start having a useful collection of stuff.
Yeah, this can be paid forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they start. Yeah. Just so what are you asking about?
I have a sick baby, and I was wondering if you know of anybody that offers remedies around here.
And a lot of the sick baby. There's plenty of sick babies here, mate. There's loads of them. You can hear them all over, and he sort of they gesture around. I mean, you can go up to one of them fancy doctors up in the merchants' quarter, I guess, but there ain't much down here.
Oh no, I don't trust the fancy doctors. I just like somebody that understands us and has a more of a natural way with things.
But you, I don't. Hang on, what are you talking about? And he sort of leans. He goes, "You don't mean witches, do you?" And he makes a little sign of Sigma across his chest.
Oh no, just like my grandmother just used to be able to make like things with milk and honey and other herbs that always worked all the time. It's that sort of stuff I'm after.
Oh, I mean, you could go and see. I mean, there's Granny down the bottom, but she's mad.
Sounds like exactly the sort of person.
They always are.
That is exactly you're after that mad Granny. But I don't think she's much of a healer. Look around. He gestures to the people that are clearly very sick and not very well around here and starving and covered in piss.
Oh, lovely. I still want to speak to Mad Granny though.
Yeah. He sort of gestures to where she normally would be. He goes, she's normally got a little, well, it's just a canvas really down there. I haven't seen her for a couple of days, but she might be down there. She sometimes goes wandering.
I'll have a look, thank you.
And you head down that way. Is there anything else you want to try and ask around about, or just? No,
because I don't know the Fratellis or the Belladonnas or whatever. I don't know. The sharks are here, so
yeah, fair. So as you're heading down there,
they're jets, aren't they?
The jets, the shark, yeah. They're a actual gang. Yeah. So as you're heading down that way, you see some sort of rough. It's not a market. It's where there's more than one peddler, basically. There's a little canvas tent there.
Okay.
It doesn't have anyone there at the moment. I mean, there's no one there right now. But there's nothing there. There's no like goods and stuff around. You would get the impression that people wouldn't leave stuff around here.
Yeah.
But there's like a dip in the floor that looks like someone maybe sits there quite a lot.
Well, politely wait for a little while.
Yeah. Okay.
Pull out my card, start doing a reading, seeing if that brings anyone over.
Yeah. Okay. What's your thing? Is it performance?
It's
entertain. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do an entertain check.
I might re-roll that.
Okay.
2 degrees of success.
Okay. So, yeah, you pull out your cards and stuff, and you kind of, what are you doing? Are you like setting up on the floor, or like how are you going about this?
Sit in Granny and set up on the floor and to start doing a little.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you pull your cards out and stuff, and a few people kind of look over, and they look quite confused because they're obviously used to seeing maybe someone different there. And they, a couple of people kind of go, "Oh, you're not seen you here before.
Oh, I'm just waiting for Granny, so I thought I'd read the fortunes while I could.
Oh, I don't think you're going to see her. She got on a boat a couple of days ago and headed down river.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she saw Morsley in the bones, and that she had to head north.
I point to the Maudsley card that was quite clearly out as well and go, yeah, I
absolutely.
agree.
And he gets, oh, Sigmar bless us, and he makes the sign of the comet across his chest. And he's, oh, bad omen, that bad omen. You can hear just in the distance a repent, and these are like, as you said, a random kind of flagellant beggar off in the distance makes some generic noise.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, but yes, she said there was something bad in the skies over here, and she had to head away from it all. I think she went up to Ostland.
Okay, how did she manage to find the money to do that?
Oh,
Ad says let him in.
What? Sorry.
Ad says let him in.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, he didn't say it as politely as that, but
let me in, you mothers.
Oh yeah, so I didn't see it. I had the thing up. Admit. I'm just gonna shift because Lola wants to watch something in a bit, so I'm gonna use this to shift while we're doing this.
Sorry, Az, mate, you died in a fight.
Yeah, sorry, Az, you died.
Yeah, after your face was horrifically burnt.
You got sick. But yeah, so can I go in the kitchen? Yeah, so Paul, yeah, he says, oh, and she'd been saving up a few pfennigs here and there over the past couple of months. And she just said this was the time to get out. Back in 1 sec.
Right, I'll take over, guys. Right, you find a treasure chest.
Woo!
You open the treasure chest?
No, because it's a mimic. It's one of my people.
Actually,
But
but you didn't open it, so it took the insult and vanished.
You'll be well happy. I strong-armed a guy with a crying baby up from 10 silver to 25 silver for a work.
So yeah, just to catch ads up on where we are. They went to the merchant's house. In fact, you guys can update him.
I was at the merchant's house.
Yeah, that's where you got to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys update him on what happened.
Yeah, so he talked himself into saying he'd been looking for a couple of days, hadn't found anywhere. That cart was leaving on Friday. He'd made quite a lot of money, but he's really desperate to get out of town. Offered us 10 silver each. I upped him to 30. We haggled down to 25. He seems really unhappy. He just wants to get the fuck out of town.
He's hiding things.
Yeah. Gerard mentioned there was wasn't Dusseldorf, was it?
Diesdorf. D-I-E-S.
Was another possible town they could go to, which was much closer. But no, he really wants to go to Asselwald. That's it. So yeah, we've got like a day and a half to chill out with a lot of money.
Heretic.
Yeah, so just to catch up on where it was, well, you're a soldier character, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, roll a gossip check.
I'll just catch up on what I was doing. That was me going through a talk about getting the person that's been a massive pain in my ass all year at work fired.
Right.
Right, well, a 95 from the gossip.
Okay, so fine. So yeah, you're up to where they were. His baby is sick. He wants to get out of the town because he's a shithole. He says there's too much crime and stuff around, and he wants to go around. There was also, you notice, there was a smashed statue of Shalia on the floor. Shalia is the goddess of healing and well-being, and his hand was bandaged. Paul decided there was probably something a bit dodgy about what was going on. Wasn't quite telling the truth. but that's about as much you got.
So what? We're hanging about for a day and a half.
Well, currently, yeah. Currently, you are in Dredgetown with Paul. So Tom's gone off to speak to some guards. Paul and you went to Dredgetown. Dredgetown is the absolute pits of the town.
Awful.
It smells of shit and piss.
You said everything smelled of fish.
Yeah, this bit smells of piss and shit,
And
as
fish.
well as fish. This is a terrible bit of town. Paul's going around trying to find a healer for the baby. He's looking for some sort of mystic, wise woman-y healer, and the conversation he's had with someone was that there was one, but she got an omen, which she read from the cards, with the runes, sorry, and she left town a couple of days ago and headed north. You are currently in Dredgetown. Yeah.
It's really the best place to find someone.
Dredgetown is where the Belladonnas are as well.
But we
That's
don't
where
know that.
I think I discovered that, didn't I?
Yeah, you discovered that. I think we'd separate.
No, I did on my route. Yes, and nobody else knows.
Yeah.
Test us.
No, you get told on the way there. It's made very clear to you that like it's a shithole to go. It's not a nice place to go. Paul and Ads, roll a perception check.
Sausage roll.
It is a standard roll because it's opposed. Okay.
1 degree of success.
Okay.
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
Again, you notice someone. Paul, you just sort of noticed about the corner of your eye. Ad, you get a good look at someone who is. It's a small child actually. Like there's a child that's really, like paying quite a lot of attention to you two. And he blows you a kiss. He's paying quite a lot of attention to you two. He's down an alleyway, basically just kind of peeking around all the time. All the time you've been sitting there, Paul. He's not been doing anything. He's not been like coming over to anything. But you've just noticed that he's there now. He's probably there for one of your readings, but sort of went off after it. It wasn't weird to be a passerby, but you've seen him a couple of times now.
The kid's beckoning us down the alleyway.
Yeah, as you make eye contact and beckon him, he works out that he's been rumbled and turns and heads down an alley. The kid's like 6 years old.
I'll get your attention and be like, after him?
But I think so. I don't think that's normal child behaviours.
I mean, do we care?
But like, maybe if the Belladonnas are spying on us and they're using the local children. Oh, also maybe if they've murdered Granny. I don't know.
Do we want to really be chasing a kid through probably the worst place I've ever been?
Probably not, no, but...
What are we going to?
Do you have any better things to do right now?
Get out of fucking Dredgetown for a start.
Well, we can do if you want to.
I could be beheading fish for a coin.
We could go and bait some fish for coin, because it would probably not smell as bad.
You make up fucking stories to all these losers.
And then how many hours of fish is it for sword?
What's that, sorry?
How many hours of fish is it to buy a sword?
Oh, I don't know, too many to be fair.
Anyway, it's not all made up stories. A lot of my visions and readings come
Kids'
through.
minds will may find
Hold
out.
back caravan guards.
This
Oh,
kid-
Paul, you do make, actually, from telling some things, you do actually make 5 brass pennies. Some people give you a few coins and stuff to kind of tell their fortune.
Yeah. See, I look, even after buying the tat, that will go into my bag of tat. That will become a thing later.
In most of them, in most of the ones you did, Moore's Lead came up.
Yeah.
But you also got Tal, which is the hunter. You also got the beast. And you also got the hammer, which is Sigma. Tom's gone. So what are you two doing?
Okay, I like shove my cards. Okay,
What are you doing?
if Sigmar comes up, then we go after the child. If not, then we leave.
Okay.
Pull a card.
Okay,
Long gone by now. Draw a card.
I'm gonna roll a dice. On a 1 to 5, a Sigmar card comes out. Here's a 6.
That's answered. Let's go and wipe this shit off our shoes.
Yeah, it's not nice around here. It's a really shitty place. But you didn't really speak to many people apart from the kind of you were asking about Granny. There was nothing too suspicious. The only thing you saw was that kid who
Yeah, for game
beckoned.
territory, this is very quiet.
Beckon the kid. I didn't actually beckon the kid. That was
I
me
did.
pretending to be the kid beckoning us.
I beckon the kid.
Ad, you've got 12.5 silver, by the way.
Hey.
Go mental. Yeah. Do you guys want to hang around here anymore or go somewhere else?
Do you think we're going to find a healer around here, or do you want to?
No, let's go somewhere else. I still think I want to know what happened to his wife because he was well lying to us, but we might find that out on the road.
We could find people that know him.
We could do, but again, is that something you care about? Well, I do kind of care about that in case it's going to get us into trouble.
Fair. The other areas you've got to explore around here, like I said, you've got the camp, you've got the graveyard, or the Garden of Moor, not a graveyard. You've got a merchant's quarter, Dredgetown you've done, and if you want to go anywhere in particular. You haven't looked for anywhere to stay yet. I know you said you want to do that, so you can look for somewhere to stay. And then there's stuff, if there's anywhere that you can think of that I haven't mentioned there and I can make up, I can do so.
We should probably find somewhere to stay. That's quite important.
Let's go to the pub.
Right, 17 silver, let's go.
I have a room, and all the rest of it can be spent on booze, please.
Can we assume that you guys arranged to meet up somewhere, or do you want to just spend the rest of the time walking around the town looking for each other?
Assume that.
I like to do the lark thing of like, right, let's meet here at 3 in the afternoon and go, what time? I don't know.
Yeah, you all okay. So you all meet up, apart from Mark, who arrives an hour fucking late as usual.
It's all right. He's getting up dawn on Friday for the.
With his strong legs.
You're all quite annoyed. There's a guy in the corner who's looking at you, and he's a bit ginger. He looks really fucking annoyed. He's not even in your party. He looks fucking outraged.
Is he just like? Is he waiting for someone to pick him up to take him somewhere, and he's just like?
Yeah, he's seen it before, mate. He's seen you sit on the steps. He's rocking. Anyway, so let's say you meet up in the where Mark was going. Mark, you went to the market, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, Mark went to the market. You meet at the smith there.
I'm whirling some swords just to check the weight.
Yeah. Good weight. They're all good weight actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not great weight, but they're. You reckon you could do a whirl of death for if you really to. Yeah. Where's Tom gone?
I'm here.
Okay, your video's gone off. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay.
That's all right. Okay. Are you looking for somewhere to stay?
Yeah, let's go for the Fisherman's Fist or whatever it was.
The Docker's Fist. Yep. All right, let's go to the Docker's Fist. The Docker's Fist is actually quite near the merchant quarter, which is means it's probably a slightly nicer place.
Okay.
If that's where you want to head to. There are other smaller ones around, and you see like a couple of smaller taverns and stuff on the way there. But there's like guards standing outside them. There's actually a couple of queues outside. They look absolutely rammed to try and get in. Sorry, mate, you can't come in. Yeah, they're rammed. Yeah. There's like a little red rope and stuff. But you make your way sort of near to the merchant's quarter. You don't go through it. You can sort of go around it, and you find your way to the Docker's Fist. Where's that on in my book?
Second cheapest bottle of wine, please.
Just 5 of those. I'd be good. Cheapest bottles of wine, please. Okay. As you approach the tavern, you see it's probably the largest tavern in Kemperbad. It's certainly bigger than any of the smaller ones. Obviously, it's bigger than the smaller ones you saw. By definition, by definition of being bigger. But it's definitely bigger than the other ones that you saw as you were heading through. It's all the other ones are absolutely heaving with customers, and you can see they are. You as you said, you don't even bother to try and get in because there was clearly no room there. As you see the inn, it's actually from the outside, it looks actually fairly typical for an imperial tavern. However, over the front door, there is the head and jaws of what looks like an absolutely enormous fish, but the skull of it, and it's about the size of a horse's skull. So it's a big old fish head with a hole bored right through the centre.
Where it got fisted.
He got absolutely fisted. Is there like a law beasts or something? I don't know if there is there? Make a law. Just make an intelligence check.
Oh, my 2d10. No.
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 Anyone pass?
Pass.
Did anyone pass?
No.
No. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like a fucking massive fish head then. It's way too big. Inside, you see it's actually pretty big. There's dozens of tables in here. There's probably like 20 tables in here, which is easy enough to accommodate probably 150 people, 100 people maybe, a bit of a squeeze more. You see there's a few tables in here that are free that you can sit at if you want to go have a look. Looking around the bar.
Weatherspoons. That's
Is this the last post?
Yeah, it's basically like a big grape. It looks like a great big Weatherspoons. That's how it's laid out. The outside looks like a big Imperial Weatherspoons. But when you get inside, make an intelligence test at plus 40, everyone.
Plus 40?
Yeah, it's a really easy one.
Nope.
Yes, by 4 degrees.
Okay. You can easily tell that the inside looked like it's actually a Marienburg pub. So from the outside, it looks imperial. Inside, it looks like a Marienburg pub. Paul Marienburg was part of the Empire. It annexed itself about, I think in this timeline, about 50 years ago, maybe 100 years ago.
Okay.
And it is now an independent province, basically. It's where there's a lot of mercenaries, merchants come from, quite flamboyant. It is also very heavily Dutch influenced, from the real life kind of influence of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the wall there's some really bright tapestries all over, like much more garish than you would see in the Empire normally. And above the bar there's a pair of beautiful dueling pistols which are proudly displayed. You can see someone working behind the bar. She's about 5'6" tall, huge scar down the side of her face which looks like a massive burn mark. There's a few sort of serving boys and girls going around. They're all quite young. And then there's sort of general crowds of people. There's the obvious cool guy, dark, sitting in the corner because it's a tavern. There has to be. Other than that, everyone looks fairly nondescript.
I'm going to go and have a bit of a flirt with the tavern lady to get us a room.
Okay. Well, the lady behind the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Are you guys taking a seat somewhere, or are you going to the bar? Yeah,
Go to the bar and get some form of cheap, shitty ale.
Yeah. As you head over to the bar, like you can see that there's the woman there. So you get a little closer, you can see that the scar and their neck and shoulder is actually a massive burn scar, and it covers actually most of the left side of her body. It's pretty horrific. In fact, I'll show you a picture. Share screen. There she is.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can see as well that her hands she's actually got quite a lot of tattoos across her hands. Ads, you know that they are Marienburg gang tattoos. Because you speak Marienburg, don't you?
Wastelander.
Yeah, that's Marienburg. Yeah, so Ads, you actually know these are either military or gang tattoos. It's actually quite hard to tell in Marienburg the difference between the two because they're so close, but you know that.
Is that
Do they say burn me?
Dresden, that guy.
is that like, would we be at more danger or threat Marienburg Ganger pub.
You can't see anyone else like that.
No.
She looks out of place here.
They might be behind me with a knife.
Yeah, but they might be behind you with a knife, yeah. Make a law check. Just a standard intelligence.
5.
Yeah, okay. So this identifies her as being from actually a mercenary company. You recognise them as mercenary tattoos as opposed to actually gang tattoos. You can't actually read, so you don't work out what they say, but they're probably some kind of sewer working militia, something like mercenaries, something like that. Just some stuff that you've seen before. That's probably.
I'll relay that to this one. But she's that's like a militia sort of tattoos on her hands from Marienburg.
Ooh.
Probably nothing to worry about, but yeah, we might be in a pretty dodgy pub.
As you know that in Marienburg, the difference between militia and the hired mercenaries and the official state army, there's a lot of crossover. So and the gangs as well, because that's just the way it works there. But that's the reasonable thing to tell everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't. Let's not annoy her.
Yeah, I'm guessing we'll be all right, so we don't throw our weight around.
Mm-hmm. Then I'll be charming.
So she sees you approach. As she comes over, she's actually gives you quite a big, pleasant smile. She's got a heavy,
winning smile back.
So I've decided for your attractive roll, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll for people, and there's going to be a 20% chance that you'll be able to use that talent, basically.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So she gives you a big smile. She doesn't appear to give anyone a bigger smile than anyone else.
Okay.
But she's quite welcoming and pleasant. She has a thick Marienburg accent, which I'm not going to attempt to recreate.
I love go.
Hey, fuck it, I'm going to recreate it. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to my bar. And she's like, there'll be no trouble here. And she's like, what can I get you?
We would like a room to stay and some drinks. He would like a bottle of cheap wine. He would like some cheap ale.
And as you sort of say cheap, she sort of flinches a little bit. She clearly doesn't like the word cheap. She, of course, take a seat.
It's more about that we're going to drink in volume. So.
And she nods. Yeah. She nods and she starts a big smile, big friendly smile. Yeah, and she I'll take a seat. I'll fetch you some drinks and food.
And the room? Have you got a room for us?
A common room or a individual rooms?
How much are the rooms?
An individual room is about 10 silver a night.
Common.
A common room. A common room is about 10 brass a night. Tom, it's 10 to like have your horse fed up for the day as well as stuff like that. The same sort of thing. 10 brass. So yeah, she arranges for a common room. She has a room there's enough room for 4 in there. So she gives you, she tells you that, and she brings you some food and stuff. Says she'll bring you some food and stuff over. So she sort of tells you to go over to your test. Tells you to go over to your table. And yeah, it's like, oh yeah, take a sheet.
Revised.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's sort of, she shouts out to the back, shouts something in Marienburg. Adds actually, you understand it. She just shouts your order out to the back. She also says like they got a bit of money, so look after them. And yeah, then you go and take your seat at the table.
Right, I'm going to flip it. Let's go.
Flip the table. You immediately start a fight. After a bit of time, I mean, is there anything particularly you want to discuss before she brings over some food?
No, I would just sit there shuffling my cards. Which is probably just like a bit of a nervous tick, but I always do if I sit down.
Yeah. So she brings us some food over, and she sort of leans in. You see that like her scars are pretty horrendous. What it is, and up, you obviously don't know how she got them. She's like, oh, I hope you enjoy this. Enjoy your food, and she's actually just really pleasant, really welcoming, really nice. Doesn't seem to be a front.
you know, unless she's particularly good at lying, she just seems to actually be quite a nice, friendly person. The food she brings you out is probably going to be for a meal and board like a silver, basically, that's going to be feed you and get you the room for the night. And I'm assuming you're going to stay there. Oh, you can pay for tomorrow's night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she brings it out, and you spend some time just sort of having some food and stuff, really. Food's all poisoned, you'll die.
Excellent.
Cool. So next characters.
But I'm a Necron.
Oh, okay. You're okay, actually. Yeah.
Greetings, humans.
As you're eating your food, the obvious lurky guy in the corner sort of makes his way over to you. He's like, "Oh, you're right. You're right, lads. Do you mind if I take a seat? I'm looking for some people who might, want to do a little bit of work, and you look like the sort that might be able to help me out."
What's the work and the time frame on it?
Let me get a little picture of what he looks like first. He looks like the Zoom thing.
Does look like the same thing.
He looks like this.
Oh, I trust that man.
This guy comes over to you.
It looks like a Jedi.
Are you a Jedi? Yeah.
Yep, and he zaps you immediately. So yeah, he comes over and he's clearly been like, he's been sort of watching you for a bit, but he comes over. He's racist. You see, he's like most people. He has a nice little hat, but it's tied to his belt. And he looks you up and down. And Mark, he looks at your you've just bought yourself a new shield. He's sort of, it's nice, yeah. As he looks at you, and like you're clearly quite a thing. Yes, he sort of leans in, very conspiratorially, obviously. Yes, I've got a proposal for something. You look like handy sorts. I've got some supplies that need to get their way out to Owlswald. I can't get them myself because and he sort of bangs his hip. He goes, "Bad hip, you see." Bad
arms, bad legs.
Bad arms, bad legs. And that I know that last wagon for a week got snapped up by old Werner. A prince's ransom, I heard, and anyway, I can't be waiting particularly long because I need to get this to the Low Havens. I'm just wondering if you could somehow get it there for me. Problem is, he does I can't seem to find my trading paperwork for it all, you see. So it's going to take quite a bit of time for the toll keepers to work out how much tax. We don't want to waste their time if you...
That is a terrible shame, but I'm pretty sure that if you paid a bit of tax forward, I could sort it out for you at the other end. So
of course I'd be willing to give you some coin to make sure that, of course, we want to make sure that all goes to the proper authorities, don't we?
Absolutely. The money should go to...
And it's not much. It's just a small parcel of herbs to go to old Cocker Lowhaven over in Owlswald. It's not a lot. It's 10 silver worth of stuff. Just needs to get there, really. He gets a part. He sort of shows you his bag. It's a parcel. It's it's not huge. It's maybe A4 paper sized, but quite thick. The problem is they're only going to be good for about another week almost. And the Low Havens, they need it quite quickly. So he sort of looks at you. Does anyone have law? Oh, yeah, you all have law Reichland. Anyone with law Reichland, roll at -10.
-10.
Yeah.
To
4 degrees of failure.
Yes, by 1 degree of success.
By 1 degree of success. Anyone else pass? No? Guys, sorry, my connection's got a bit funny. Did anyone else pass?
No, it does not
I think.
I don't get it.
Okay, cool. I'm back. Mark, I'll message you something. Yes, basically, because is there any?
it your penis?
It's not, no. But it could be. Sorry, my connection's just zipping out. I'm just trying to make it go back. There you go, mate. I've just messaged you, something, Mark. Hopefully that's a bit better now.
Yeah, got that.
Cool. I'm still really jerky. And he's like, yeah. So if you can get it to them, then it's 10 now, and then 5 when they'll pay you their last 5.
See, the problem is we've got a very good job at the moment, and there are a lot of, how we say, collectors on the road at the moment.
It's true.
You guys are really
stuck.
Yeah. Sorry, you're really breaking up. Sorry, my connection's gone not great. Wait 1 sec. Give me 2 minutes. I was going to reset my thing.
Oh, man.
I'm downloading so much porn.
So why are you getting this annoying colleague sacked? What's the beef?
No, he's one of my staff, and he's driven me mad. Oh, yeah.
What's he been doing? This sounds like a good thing to get you ranting about.
Not his job. He's everything but his job. Mainly moaning about his job.
I think Lola was streaming the world.
Not delivering.
Her indoors, fucking around with it.
Yeah. Okay. So he sort of. Sorry, Mark. I didn't get what you said to him. So. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Yeah, so I think I fucking died. There we go. That looks all right. How's that?
Yeah, we can hear you then. So Mark can try finding spell again.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you say,
Spelling P-A-X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm actually just going to join on my phone, which is on my thingy.
Up your thingy.
Well, whoa.
Tristan? Oh.
Can't hear you on either of them now, Pearl. I can see you twice, but I can't hear you once.
There we go. So basically,
I'm doing a different view.
There we go. That should work. You can choose what you say to him, obviously. Let's go. Let's go back. Wind back. Go.
Right. Yeah. So the trouble is we've already got employment at the moment, and there's quite a lot of tax collectors around the roads. I notice there's a lot of tax collectors on the gates and the roads at the moment. So
I'd love it if Pearl made you do that bit again.
Sorry, Mark. So
Sorry, what? You broke up there.
he turns and goes, yeah, there are. That's very true. That's very true. But the Low Havens always, they always look favourably on people who are pretty savvy, and they always look for future work for people who can help them out. Old Cocker's always looking for, new people to help him out. And old Bornelium, he's a crafty sort. He can always find work for the right sort. But of course, if you don't want to, if you don't want to get in with them, that's fine. I can take it elsewhere. But
Not sure you can actually.
You said you couldn't.
I mean, okay, so how much was the delivery fee you were willing to pay?
10 shillings and then 5 when you get there. They'll pay the other 5. I mean,
Ahead,
I might be able to get them to pay a little bit more, but
10 ahead, yeah, and 5 when we get there.
well, no, it's 10 for the package. I don't care whether 1 or 5 you deliver it.
You see, the thing is, we are the guards of the only wagon going out, so we are your only opportunity here, and that is something that you need to remember.
And he,
Wait a minute, was this the guy? Look at Franny's character. Was this the guy in the market?
it's not, no.
No.
I mean, from the look that you got, it doesn't seem to be this guy. Look, I can only afford what the low habits are going to pay me. Really, it's more an investment in your futures. But
Future, I'm good with that, and I start doing a reading.
yeah, okay. Some you know, he kind of looks at you a bit strangely that you've just whacked some cards out in the middle of a business deal. You know, it's not totally unusual. You actually get a fairly dull reading. It's not actually particularly interesting. You do get the beast comes up again, actually.
Okay.
But you also
I look over at Franny's character and sort of like, if you're interested in making a bit of extra coin.
Always.
you also get Verena come up, which is justice.
Okay.
But yeah, he goes, look, there's a boat leaving, that there'll be someone in the next town take it over. I just think that people like yourselves might be able to, make the most of it.
You go on, you got yourself a deal then.
And he shakes your egg. Bless you, sirs, bless you. And he goes, Ranald's wit be with you all the time. And he hands over this little, he sort of stealthily hands over the package, sort of under his cloak. And he goes, now if you're, he hands you the money, and he goes, I've told the Low Havens already to be expecting some. It's not the usual sort that would come from Ellsworth, so I'm glad it showed up. So there we go. And he looks over to you.
Is someone going to approach us for this, or are we dropping it off?
When you get to town, look for the sign of the stuck pig and go and drop it off there.
Before you go, if we need to find you when we return, if we can't deliver it, who do we ask for?
Oh, the name's Brock Lehman. And he looked around, sort of scurry. He goes, "Oh, if you don't mind, I'll take my leave, sirs." He puts his little hat on. It's got a little symbol of Ranald on his hat, and he makes his way out.
Who's Ranald?
Ranald is
thieves and tricksters.
Yeah. Okay, I assumed it was something like that.
It's one letter difference, right?
Yeah.
It's not it is one of the legitimate gods of the empire. It's also often about a god that's about getting one over an authority.
Okay.
So it's not just about and not every god is like worshipped as such. Sometimes people just sort of pay homage to him and stuff like that. So yeah. And he leaves the tavern. Everyone make a perception check, please, at +20.
No!
I failed by 3.
84.
Anyone pass?
4 successes. 4
No.
please.
Okay. Just so I know, how long do people want to play for?
Probably another
I'm good for another hour.
I'm good
Yeah.
for another half hour, 10.
Yeah, okay. It's just so I know how far to go into it. So cool. Okay. So I'm just going to sort this out. So you had as he heads outside, you basically see him. You see him sort of go off into the crowd, and you see a town guard who you notice has kind of been looking in, watching him leave, watches him leave. As he goes to try and leave, the town member of the guard basically tries to go after him. Brock spots them and just quite easily gives them the slip. You know, he heads off into the crowd, and within seconds, you know, Brock's out of sight. You guys can't see him. He's clearly made his way into the crowd. And then that town's guard goes, like you see them like rustle their hand and then go back to standing on the corner.
Mark, what's your character's name, Mark?
Mine, Helmut Schneider.
Helmut. I got a feeling you should probably stash that officer right now because he just tried to be trailed by a guard on the way out. He got rid of them, but the guard knows that he was in here speaking to someone. So I don't think we should have it on us right now.
Good idea. I'll go over to the barkeep. Go. Our room is our room ready? Can we use it now?
Yeah. She's like, oh yes, your room's ready. You can go upstairs.
Thank you. I'll go upstairs and basically I'll like stash the parcel somewhere in the room and then come back down.
Yeah, you've got a communal room. The door locks. Actually, it's quite a nice room, but there is only one key. But it goes into. You can lock it.
Cool.
So yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. From the parcel, is it particularly more heavy than its size, lighter than its size? I might expect. I know he said herbs, but
you probably expect it to be what he said. It doesn't feel particularly heavy. It doesn't feel suspiciously heavy, basically.
Okay, cool.
And it doesn't feel empty.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's what you guys doing.
Cool. And I'm quite happy for the rest of the night just to stay here, and then, unless there's anything particularly exciting, pass the time until when we leave town.
Yeah. Tomorrow I might go for a wander in the merchant district, see if I can see other tailors to find out if there's any rumours about the Wiener's wife.
About who? Sorry.
Weiner's wife.
Werner's wife. Yeah. Okay. Cool. As you so you're sort of hanging around the thing all night.
Yeah. Pub.
Yeah, that was my plan. Yeah.
Pub, lads.
Lads. Okay, so I'm trying to think the best way to do this. Yeah, okay, you hang around the tavern tonight. You basically head around the tavern. When you return to, what time are you going to bed?
Never.
It's probably about 6 a.m.
Okay, about 6 a.m. Fine.
I'm probably a bit earlier than that because
I'm gonna carry him, but every time I do, he's gonna scream "your mum" at me. So I'm gonna leave him where he is.
So when you go there, you get back to your room, and you find a note under the door. You haven't seen anyone. You've not seen anything suspicious going, because people are going up and down all the time. So no one particularly suspicious has been passed that you would notice. But there is a note left under your door. Mark, you can read, can't you?
Yeah, I'm a reader. Yeah.
It actually says there's another 20 shillings. Meet me by the. What time have you gone to bed? Is it super fucking late?
No, probably about sort of 1, 2, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're actually quite lucky in that it says meet me under the bridge at the 3rd hour. There's another 20 shillings in it for you.
Just you though.
Yeah,
This is my plot, not for you.
Where's somebody say?
It just says, meet me under Boiler's Bridge at the 3rd hour. There's another 20 shillings in it for you.
Okay, I'll read this out to the guys when they come up.
Okay.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to guess it's exactly something to do with the parcel we've just been given.
It actually, what the writing on the top of the parcel looks similar to the writing that's on the letter.
Okay.
Would it not be suspicious if 4 of us get up in this late at night and go to a bridge that we don't know the location of?
I think that might be quite suspicious, yeah. But the Lowhavens are a crime family.
Okay.
I'm loath to get on their bad side if we said we'd take a job for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone wants to, I'd say they can go to the bridge to see what whoever wrote this wants.
Yeah, go on then. I'm going to go
It's a
down.
good idea for us to find out what they want. Because
I think someone should go. I just don't think all 4 of us should go.
I'm happy to stay here with the parcel.
I will go.
I'm happy to stay here. Yeah.
Still fully clothed.
Let me know.
I don't mind going.
I will go. I will certainly go.
I don't think much will happen because Pearl's gone.
I'm still here.
No.
Yeah, your screen's been frozen for like the last 5 minutes.
Oh, really? I'm still here.
Yeah.
I thought you just fell.
Oh, well.
I will go with Tom. What's your character's name? I will learn these.
Rolled.
Rolled.
Yes,
I will go with Rolled then.
Okay.
So who's going down? Who's going to the bridge?
Paul and myself.
There we go. I'm shooting back on this one now. So sorry, who's going?
Paul and myself.
Better unmute my thing. Okay. So you and Paul, was that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you, Mark, and Ad, you're staying in the tavern, yeah? Okay. As you head outside, it's still pretty late. There's not a lot of people around. There are a couple of guard around. So, you know, are you just walking around? Are you sneaking around? How are you going about it, basically?
I think just hamming up drunk people heading home.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Yes.
Yeah, fair. Make me a
entertain.
No, I think it'd probably be persuade.
Yeah. Okay.
Persuade.
Yeah, make me a persuade check.
Not a basic one.
That's not a basic. Yeah. Charm. Charm.
Charm. Yeah, sorry, charm. Yeah, mate. Yeah, do a charm, I guess.
I get 27 out of 40, so that's at least 1 degree of success.
I get 16 out of 47.
Yeah, you make it. It's fairly easily. Paul, when you're rolling, you know it's a D100, not 2D10 plus, right?
Yeah, I've had some failures. Yeah.
Yeah, just checking. I'm not calling you a cheat. I'm just checking. That was all.
No. That's why I got confused by this during character creation.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so you guys, they don't really pay you much attention. But you do head down. So you head down towards Boiler's Bridge. Boiler's Bridge is actually one of the bridges that you saw on the way in. You've gone past it. You know roughly where it is. And as you head down there, you spot a figure lurking under the bridge. Just one. It's pretty dimly lit. You can't really make them out. But there is a figure under the bridge.
Okay. Well, I'm going to rely on my sixth sense and walk slowly forward.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really sense much danger, Paul. Are you going towards the figure? Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Yep.
Okay, both make perception checks. Just standard perception.
I get a most likely 4 degrees of failure.
Okay.
5 degrees of failure.
Yeah, it's fine. You see this guy under the bridge? He's clearly on his own. So you head over. As you head over, it's the same guy. It's Brock, and he says, "Oh, I've come into." He looks around. I've come into a, let's say, additional thing the Low Havens are going to want interested in. Nothing too bad. Don't worry. It's all, the temple wouldn't look down upon it, but they'll definitely they'll pay the right money for it. So I'll give you 20 shillings. What do you reckon?
What is it? Another small package?
Yeah, it's a similar size package. It's another similar size package. It's just some gifts from some people. That's all. And he's quite furtive, and he looks a little bit on edge. You can roll intuition if you want.
Okay.
Oh, I just failed.
So if I get the exact number, is that a pass?
It is a pass, yeah. Yes, pass.
I got the exact number.
He doesn't seem to be hiding anything, but he clearly looks. He's sort of looking around. He's a bit furtive. He's not particularly. He's a bit worried. It looks.
Okay. I think this is, I say to him, a little bit more under the bridge than the other delivery.
And he smiles at your fantastic joke. He gives you a little wink. He's like, "Yeah, so that's a good one." He goes, "Look, as you're leaving, I'm paying a little more than it's worth. But if you'll take it out for me, then I won't forget it." And he's sort of like, "But we need to make our decision."
I nod at Tom's character.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So he looks around. He hands you over the parcel. As he turns to sort of goes, "Right, done." As he turns to head off, you hear a whistle blow, a sharp town whistle, and just a, "Oi, you there!" Sound of town guard.
Sorry?
And you hear the sound of a town guard and a whistle.
Can I make an athletics check to try and grab Brock?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do it. I'll do an opposed check, I think, because you're trying to sort of, as you kind of go to grab him. Okay, I have failed by 2 degrees.
I have failed by 3.
Okay.
I am going to re-roll that.
Did you say it's athletics, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be a strength check, actually. So he's actually failed by. I know it's still 2 degrees. Yeah, 25. So yeah. Do you want to re-roll?
Hang on. My strength would be. Well, I guess I still would have failed, but by only 2 degrees if I'd done my strength.
Actually, he's failed by 3. He's 52. He's only strength 30. Because that's 2. And it's not 3 full ones, so yeah, it's the same. Do you want to re-roll?
Yes.
Okay, then re-roll.
I succeed.
Okay, so he goes to scarper off, and quite quickly you grab him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" As if the guard, you still hear the guard like a whistling guard, and they're coming down.
Wave. Shout and wave at the guard, draw his attention.
Shall I disappear with this?
Sorry?
I go, what? Shall I just go disappear with this? What do you do with that?
Let's see yeah.
The guard comes over and sort of
Stop
like
peeling off them.
they're quite young actually. You sort of, as they come over, you're not moving at all. You just staying there.
I'm off with the package.
Oh, you're leaving with the package. Make a stealth check then, Paul.
Ooh, nice.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
I beat it by 2.
They pass it by 2 as well.
What does that mean?
It means as you're trying to escape, they see you. They see you trying to scurry off, basically.
Okay.
Or they. To be fair, they haven't passed by massive 2, so they'll see you and they'll shout, "Stop!" Like you. They're sort of looking at this thing, trying to work out what's going on. Like you two, all of you stay still. And they, you can see they've got like a little lantern and a torch, and they're coming closer to you. Paul, you can do another attempt at a stealth check actually if you want to, because it was quite dark. So if you want to do another save one, okay.
I beat it by 3 this time.
How are you smashing like every roll under 10?
Like, this isn't under 10. This is under 30. Am I doing this wrong? It's under my skill, isn't it?
Yeah. So you need to score for every 10 you get under.
Yeah, no, I didn't do 2 degrees. That was by 2 points. Sorry.
Oh right, sorry. Yeah, just tell me the degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. Only ever tell me the degrees.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
That's why I only did by 1 point, not the degree.
All right, okay. So in that case, they saw you the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Only ever say by the degrees.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
You're under by 1 point. That is a degree of success, isn't it?
That is 1 degree of success. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
I thought it was a full 10 was a degree of success.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, just to get 1, you pass and you get a degree. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
That's how I see it anyway. Otherwise, you get 0. Otherwise, you get 0 degrees. Which I guess we'll check it afterwards anyway.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. They do spot you, Paul. Unfortunately.
They spotted me, and I'm just going to hide the package.
Okay.
My bag of rocks and crap. Like forks and ribbons and that shit that I brought earlier.
Yep, fine. So they come over. Tom, you're holding Layman, aren't you? Brock Layman.
Yep.
So the guard that comes over to you is actually quite young. You can't tell their gender. They look pretty young. They're probably barely 18. They've got long, dirty blonde hair. Yep. Okay. They come over. They've got a spear in one hand and their lantern in the other. And then they look at you all and like, what are you lot doing under here? And as they see Tom, you've got Brock in your hand, or you're holding him.
Yep.
Basically turn around and go, Layman, we've been looking for you. Associates of yours, are they? They go to blow the whistle again. Are you
looking for this man?
Everyone's looking for Layman.
Well, then you've caught him, haven't you?
Well, we've caught him talking to a couple of people under a bridge. That's about it.
Yeah. Apparently this man had a job for us, but as soon as you blew your whistle, just grabbed him.
And he goes, what, you lie. And he goes to start like blurting out basically. Do you want to try and stop him from talking, or are you going to let him talk? Or?
I think I might lay on the charm.
Or onto Brock?
No, onto the guard.
Sorry, Brock is about to start talking. He's open. Yeah, he's open.
To Brock while he speaks to the guard.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul, you broke up.
Said I was going to speak to Brock quietly while you speak to the guard.
Okay, I mean I'm holding Brock.
Yeah.
No,
he's
I whispered to him because I thought you were. Sorry, I thought you were trying to overspeak Brock to the guard, and I was going to whisper at Brock.
Oh my gosh, I'm confused now. What do I want to do?
Is anyone going to physically stop him from speaking?
Yeah, kind of. I put my hand on his chest.
Yes.
Like,
okay, so you put your hand on Brock's chest.
You're walking under the bridge now. What's going on?
And then Brock goes, "You You fucking rats! You're trying to rat me out. I was just trying to.
There's nothing to rat you out about. What are you talking about?
And he looks genuinely confused. He goes, "Look, look, Bergman. You know I haven't done anything wrong." Speaking to the guard now, he goes, "These two were just trying to look. They're clearly accosting me. I'm just going about my business."
He was looking shifty, but it's fine. It's just a big drunken misunderstanding.
And Bergman looks. Roll a charm test, Paul.
Does he think I'm fit?
He does. Yeah, they do not think you are fit.
No, that's 3 degrees of success on this one. But
Okay.
I'm very good at charm.
Okay. So they look to you and they go, "Well, I don't trust Bergman. I don't trust you very much either, but I'm going to have to take you in for assault, I guess."
I point at Tom. Like, "Ooh."
And he looks, they look at you like, and they look very tired. Just call it a shilling.
They're talking to me. Sorry, you're talking to me.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, talking to Tom. They go, "Look, it's nothing major. Just call it a shilling, and I'll write you up. Don't do it again."
All right. So I'm still holding Brock.
Yeah,
Pushing
he's
towards the guard.
Yeah, he's not regularly, and they reach out. Are you going to pay them, the guard?
Well, yes, I've obviously still got.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
So
it's fine. Yeah, you don't. You don't let
shove
go.
him towards them.
Yeah.
And
And the guard writes you a little fine, 1 silver, and they write it down as brawling.
Right.
Pass it over to you. Don't do it again. Brock's like, and she looks, or they look at Brock and say, "You just stay out of trouble." And then Brock scurries off. And the guard looks at you both. It's like, don't fall in with him. Absolutely don't fall in with him. He's known to the town watch, and they're all looking for him to slip up. I don't care what he did to offend you, but just don't get caught hanging around with him. There's a promotion for anyone who brings him in, and anyone who can pin anything on him. He is not a wanted man in this town, and he is not worth being friends with.
Well, we're just.
Well, thank you, sir.
Anyway, so
sorry for disturbing your night. It was good to get the advice since we're new in town.
Yeah. Well, don't go about causing any more trouble. On your way. Brock's gone by this point. As soon as the guard's back was turned, he slunk off basically.
He's better at stealth than I am.
He does give you a glare on the way back. And then, the guard heads off. Another guard has come near because they heard the whistle, but they brush that guard away. Like it's dealt with. Do you guys want to do anything else particularly?
Head back to pub.
Head back, yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you inform them what happened if you wish to.
Guess they heard it. This happened. We have another package, Paul.
A dodgier one.
A dodgier one that is going to the same place.
Okay, at least it's going to the same place.
You wouldn't just give it to us earlier in the pub.
What do we want to do?
For a shilling.
We could always see if we can turn him in. There's a big reward apparently on him.
I wonder if there's a
How
way
much?
to practice and leaving them so it looks like we haven't done that.
Sorry?
How much is the reward on him?
They didn't say, but it was big.
They get a promotion, so it's a big deal.
Well, I think if they thought anything serious was going down, I would have imagined they would have, searched you if they knew what was going on. So I'm guessing that's going to be it. He said the guys were quite young.
by the fact we didn't know what we were doing.
I think you got lucky with getting some new guards there, boys. All right, but we've got the packages. Let's just crack on. There's always a chance we can dob him in when we come back through if we need to.
I wonder if we can get into the packages and make it look like we've not done that.
Do we want to piss off a crime family?
No.
I'm suggesting not.
I just like to know what's in things.
Halflings are fucking vicious.
Okay.
What?
They're halflings.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were all jolly and.
So halflings in the Empire are, just so you know, they are quite jolly. Most Reichlanders think they're thieves.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
most humans in the halflings have a reputation in the Empire as being thieves.
Just
I
like
missed-
Yeah, how well reserved it is a different matter, but they do have a reputation for it.
Look, I'm just saying that theft goes up 20% when you get them in town. That's just facts, not opinion. It's a fact.
Yeah, but so does debility.
I missed that they were halflings.
To be fair, Mark didn't say it.
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
That is the sort of information that is good for us to know.
I think we'll call it there for this evening.
Okay.
Okay.
It's in the evening time of our characters, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that feels like a fairly good place to leave it
I
to
heard
evening.
that.